From some beautiful early Fortnite concept work all the way to things like Little Smurf giving another really base take as usual, today we are going to be recapping everything that happened within the Fortnite community as of recently. Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. If you are new here, my name is Kyle. I am your guy with many YouTube channels. 15-second intro, I kind of like it. Let's get into the video for today, guys. So, starting off with some early Chrome concept art. Released by the same artist, a very interesting detail. The first two images are called Corrupted Reality Bloom, and Beginning of Corruption. Chrome would also be able to have a bloom. Interesting at least. Now, if you guys haven't followed the channel or you're new here, something that I am very fascinated by is early Fortnite concept art, because there's a lot of times where things like this come out and I just think like, wow, that would have been cool to actually experience over in the game. So we see the Chrome kind of taking over. Like, this is really cool. Like the shadow kind of on it too. It looks like it appears like it's killing the tree. I could be wrong on that. Sorry if you guys could hear my notification over there. But so this is part of the Corrupted Reality Bloom. Looks really cool. I like it. You can tell the size of the skin too. Like, this would have been really, really nice to see. And you can see an actual concept picture of there. So I don't know if this was going to be part of a trailer. I don't know if this was going to be part of the live event or the map. I thought this would have been really cool regardless. Like, just look how ominous they made it feel. Like, it looks really cool. What's this? Okay. I have no idea what to make of this one, to be honest with you. And it says the first two images are called Corrupted. This is called, nope, not Beginning of Corruption. No, it doesn't say exactly what this is. I wish that I could expand upon that. But regardless, the other first two images look like insanely cool. And you can see that these are just rocks kind of forming, and then it would actually shatter open to look like crystals. Like, it's interesting to see that Epic Games works on these types of things. Like, I know obviously like it's not it's not anything like mind-blowing to tell you guys. Like, of course Epic Games works on things before, but it's really cool to see like the process behind the scenes for these kinds of things. I personally love old concept art, and I like, doesn't matter what season it's for. I think it'd be really cool. Yo, was the top middle thingy ever in the game? These are, I'm guessing these are also early Fortnite concept. This is one of the replies over to that initial post. Like, these are pretty cool, man. These are cool. Like, I don't even recall when these battle buses were there. I don't know, like, this could be part of Save the World too, but I don't recognize this either. But are there any replies to that? Yes. Apparently it was a concept art for Attack on Titan. Oh my god, you know what's crazy? That makes sense. That kind of like was in the back of my head, but I thought we were still talking about Chrome. That's funny. Regardless, guys, let's continue on through the video. Cyan posted this and had this to say: Fortnite devs are such trolls. I love it. Now, what is this? Okay, so it's a picture of, oh, it's a forklift carrying a forklift. I miss when Epic Games used to do this stuff, man. It's those little, like, details that really made the map feel a little bit more alive. You can tell that the developers really enjoyed what they were doing on the map, man. I really miss stuff like that. And honestly, I went to notice that. I don't know if Cyan ended up noticing that himself. Meanwhile, Godzilla across half the map. Yeah. That's what makes Fortnite special, man. That's what makes Fortnite special, is you can have Godzilla on the map and you can have some, like, cute little storylines. I know a forklift isn't a storyline, but something like a little bit of a rock family, right? Let's continue on to a new post, okay? I love how Chapter 6 feels more OG than Chapter 1 at this point, because you can tell the team enjoys their jobs again, and not Chapter 4 existing in a state where even the bushes felt contractually obligated. Yeah. I understand where this is coming from. I still don't think it's like nearly to the extent of what we used to get, but Chapter 6 has been a big breath of fresh air so far, and I would imagine that's only going to get better as time goes on. I wouldn't say that it feels OG, but I do understand the point. I understand the point, and especially like by the time you're watching this video, OG might be out. I'm recording this a little bit earlier in the week, so you might have a little bit more OG feelings back then. But let's continue on to a post by Magic. Shout out to the people who really don't care about Travis's set coming back for its rarity, but instead because Astrojack is one of the sickest skins in the whole game. Dude, you know what's crazy? I don't know why I didn't buy this. I thought it was such an insanely cool skin when it first came out, and I didn't buy it. I sat on that for so long, and now I'm at a point where it's like, if I like something in Fortnite, I'm going to buy it. But back then I was like, I don't know if I want to waste my V-Bucks on this skin, and I regretted it ever since. Like, it is such a cool, unique skin, and I love what they did with the first two maps, man. Like, you had the Athena and Apollo map on there, man. Like, I wonder if they ever are going to bring it back. I'm sure they will at some point, but let's continue on. I really only want Travis back for Astrojack. Travis' skin just isn't that good in my opinion. Yeah, it's really basic. I could care less about skins like that. Like, Astrojack is my personal type of skin that I would wear, but that would be the entire reason why I'd be like, cool, awesome, Travis Scott's coming back. So, let's continue on. I've seen this. I don't know if you guys have seen this, but Hypex posted this earlier. 36.5% of Fortnite's total playtime in 2024 came from some creative maps, which is a 5% increase from 2023. Creative maps generated 5.23 billion hours played in 2024. That's insane. I wholeheartedly believe it's going to only increase with time. There are creative maps now that are being flushed out that are looking like really, really good. By the way, speaking of creative, Dagwami just released a brand new minigame box fight map. Well, not necessarily just box fight, minigame team PvP. I played it. I love it. And there are a lot of really great maps, to be honest with you, that are all over the discovery page right now. I personally still find myself playing Reload the most, but I could very well see myself continuing to play creative maps as time goes on. They're only going to get better, and I just have fun with Discovery, man. I'm enjoying the metaverse, and I would imagine that number eventually is going to hit somewhere between 40-50%, but I know there's a lot of people like really confident that it's only going to outdo Battle Royale as time goes on. If that's the case, wouldn't shock me one bit. I don't know if that's exactly their goal, but their goal is for it to actually rival Battle Royale and be just as good, okay? Billy Groves responded to that and said, because the past 2 seasons suck and they add too much stuff to BR just like this season. What happened to a gun game? Now it's a sword game. The invisible medallion is OP. This is nothing against Billy over here. Absolutely nothing against Billy, but this is just further proving that you cannot please the Fortnite community because they didn't add anything in Chapter 6. If they added a minimal amount of content, if they added just a little bit less than what they have been, Chapter 6 is dying. What happened to Fortnite? They're focusing too much on the metaverse. That's exactly what you would hear from it. I would imagine we're just at the point in the season now where people are starting to get burnt out. I'm personally still really, really enjoying Chapter 6, but I can't wait to see what comes, okay? Kiwi also responded to that, and it's only just the beginning. Creative is the future of Fortnite. This I do believe. I believe that Battle Royale will exist along with this. Either that or creators are going to start making their own Battle Royale experiences, and then Epic Games won't exactly have to keep pumping out what they do. Let's continue on to one that I added in for today. I came across this post on my own. Little Smurf had this to say about the smart building feature. Before we actually touch on this, I just wanted to give you an idea of what goes on for these videos. The vast majority of these posts are chosen for me to make the videos. They're gathered, they're kept up for the last little bit, and probably in between every Explore recap that we do. I have those set up, and then I also throw in some stuff that I've seen myself that I thought would you know what? This would be an interesting conversation to have moving forward. So most of the things you're getting an authentic reaction from. Something like Little Smurf that I just added is something I added on my own. So Shinna posted about this upcoming smart build feature. We already made an entire video on this, but Lil Smurf actually had something very interesting to say about it. This is coming from someone who plays Zero Build every time he hops on. This feature sucks. If you want to get good at something, you have to do it on your own, not have some random feature do all the work for you. Little Smurf being as based as usual. It's true, man. I think Simple Edit's cool. There are restrictions to Simple Edit, which I also like. I can no longer do the window settings or the window edits that I used to do. I am a Simple Edit user, but I think when you come to have your triple ramp brushing, that if it's just that, then I can deal with it. But at the same time, it feels like when you're having the game build for you, it's getting a little bit too much, to be honest with you. I ended up responding to that myself and said, I disagree. It's not fair that people are better than me. Of course, just messing around. Jonesy Fortnite responded to that and said, Epic has to make the game easier for me. I refuse to learn and practice. But what you guys don't understand is I actually have a life, and I don't have 24/7 to sit and create a map all day and practice for 8 hours a day. These guys, these sweats on the game, it's just impossible for me to compete with them. In reality, it takes you maybe 20 minutes, 30 minutes to get the idea of ramp rushing and putting walls behind your own walls. It took me less than an hour. I know that for sure, because I remember I sat down in creative one day and I actually tried, and it stuck with you after that. It sticks with you. It's just one tiny little thing that you have to learn, and that's just the most basic example. The reason that I talked about the ramp rush is because that's what the smart build was showing off. It'll ramp rush for you, putting the wall and the ramp behind your initial ramp. Let's continue on to okay, this was a Godzilla. I don't know if this is just Fortnite artwork, which is pretty cool. It has a ton of views over here. I'm not too sure what to make of this one, to be honest with you. Is it just showing off Godzilla being cool? Because if that's the case, pretty cool. I like that his snout's sticking out the light, okay? And then, that's actually a cool picture. That's actually a really, really cool picture. Godzilla in Fortnite is everything, man. At the time of recording this video, I still haven't been able to become him. Look at those toenails. Dude, I think that Epic Games and their artwork for God, when they do the collaborations, they nail it with their artwork, man. Look at that. Looks so good, dude. Looks so good. Okay. Oh, I've seen this. This is where we were going with it. Fortnite responded to that and said, chill with the foot pics, stomp on me, Zilla. I saw this throughout the week, dude. I don't know who's over at Fortnite right now running their social media, but they're doing a fantastic job. today at the time of recording this video, earlier, like I got sent by, I can't remember if it was Clark or Joe. No, Clark sent it because he was like, what is Jojo Josiah running a Twitter account or something? Because they tweeted about OG and Fortnite was like, you know what? I'll just look for it. It was something like, oh, Pookie, I missed you. Or was it? No. Oh, yeah, right here. Pookie, I missed you. Reunited this Friday with Fortnite OG Season 2. Yeah, like, I love that Epic Games is diving into this, dude. It's always good when, like, official accounts get involved with the community a little bit. And it doesn't take much, okay? There we go. Yep, that's exactly the reaction. That's exactly the reaction that we love to see over there, okay? CEO Fortnite, what the fuck? Tanks replied to that as well. Since when did they add Dan Schneider work for Fortnite? Yup. Oh, grosses me out, dude. Thanks, Tanks. I appreciate that. Jay had them making a quote by Fortnite. Chill with the foot pics. Stomp on Mozilla. Even got the emojis in there. Fortnite at Fortnite game, dude. I love Twitter, man. I love it. I'm liking the platform like the more that I go on it, okay? Let's continue on. People who use this crap as their main skins got to be the lamest people of all time. Okay, while I personally don't understand it, it's kind of like when we were talking about, like, I made the videos talking about the Battle Pass cosmetics. I don't care what anybody else uses. If I saw a superhero in the game, like, my thought doesn't cross my head where it's like, oh my god, that person's not creative. Oh my god, plus, at least I get it if you're legitimately using it for a competitive advantage. But I mean, it is a bland skin, and I like making combos with my skins. I personally don't understand it, but I don't also like look down on anybody who decides to make their skin differently or skin bland. I don't really care. That skin has millions of people skin has millions of possible combinations, and they choose to look like a used condom. Actually, kind of does, to be honest with you. Oh, I'm not gonna be able to unsee that now. A used condom. Wow. Okay, let's continue on. Most people use the all black because it blends in the most during dark settings, which is for competitive, but the white ones are just people trying to look cool. I didn't know that. No one uses it for that, and you know what? Everyone who has them are sweats and wannabe sweats. I disagree with that, actually. Those people definitely exist, but I know there is actually a small competitive advantage to it, and while most of us might not care about that, it does matter. Sorry, I just looked at the next post. Is Piss Woman valid? Dude. We gotta run some Piss Woman. I have the superhero skins. Why is her face red, though? Is it like bloody piss? I like that the hair is blending into it, too. Like, that's actually a combo that I'll consider making myself. Let's continue on to another post over by Charlotte. I'm sorry, but I genuinely cannot comprehend how people still get hyped for Tilted's return in 2025. Responding to a post by HypeX, at the time of posting this, today marks the 7 years since Tilted Towers edition of Fortnite, and it's returning once again in OG. We've talked about this before. I don't personally get excited for Tilted Towers anymore. It is in Fortnite Reload. They've brought it back too many times. The novelty has worn off for me. Like, don't get me wrong, I don't hate Tilted Towers or anything along those lines. Like, Tilted's still a great POI, but I no longer feel the same, like, oh my god, it's Tilted Towers, let's go. Charlotte ended up responding to the same tweet and said, Chapter 2 Season 5, Chapter 3 Season 1, OG 2023, Reload, literally still in the game, and now this, what about this is still exciting to you? Yeah, like, unfortunately, I do agree with that, but I mean, like, if people get excited for Tilted, who am I to say anything? Like, I'm just happy to see the Fortnite community happy. I just don't believe that it'll end up hitting the same. I'm happy that Snobby Shores is coming back more than anything. So true. So true. I was more excited to see, like, the rest of the map. Like, Snobby's back. Haunted Hills is back. It's when the OG map actually started getting a little bit more flushed out. I personally can't wait for Season 3 and 4, but you get what I'm saying. Let's continue on to another Fortnite community post by Jacob. Hot take, but the people who actively hate on people for using the superhero skin there to their liking are just as, if not more annoying than the toxic competitive people that do. Not specifically this guy, but just an overall observation. I just don't get why people care about what people run. I don't necessarily think either of them are toxic. You don't hear the complaints like over and over again. Like, but I have been playing with people where it's like, oh my god, the stupid superhero skin. Of course it's a superhero skin. What are you using that skin for? But they're just, in reality, they're upset that they died. And they're like, call them a wannabe sweat or something like that. I can understand that take. I think it's weird to, just like we talked about with skins, I think it's weird to care about skins in general. We wouldn't hate it if they were creative using them. But why? Why? Who cares? Like, and I agree with the reply over there, but who cares if they aren't using it creatively? Like, if they like it, they are wearing it to appease, they aren't wearing it to appease anyone but themselves. So true. So true. I've never looked at anybody running any other skin and I go, of course, that guy. Like, you know, I don't get it, man. Let's continue on to another reply. I think people who use all black to have an advantage against console players. For shadows and all white and snowy maps are the worst of the worst. I mean, like, it's Epic's fault for having skins that kind of blend in, but even then, like, unless your hardware is like really bad, can you not see the guy? I personally don't have a problem seeing the people, in my opinion, and you know what? If somebody sneaks up on me, they sneak up on me. I don't get the big deal about it. Let's continue on over to the next post, okay? I just don't understand why everyone would ever spend 1,800 V-Bucks on a skin to get to give it nothing, make it look like a condom wrapped on a human, then proceed to spend all day on a game never getting off, or they just have an ego the size of the planet and they're just addicts of the game. People can spend money on what they want to spend on, man. The condom joke is still funny, though. I've never heard, like, these skins be compared to condoms, but... And it's over-exaggerating to say, like, that they spend all day on the game, just like we were talking about the smart build feature, you know? I don't know. I think it's a weird conversation to have. Let's continue on to nearby leaks. Fun fact, the remix finale event had a scrapped decision handler. The players would have been able to choose between 3 choices, past, present, and future. It was then tied to a wake-up sequence. Interesting. I don't know, because, like, it just said wake up with OG, right? That was the only thing, or not wake up with OG, wake up with Juice. That was the only thing that was the option, right? Wake up with Juice WRLD, and then it would have the music video. I always thought, like, what if you press no? Would you just not see that music video? Would you just, like, miss the best part of the event? I don't know, man, but let's continue on to some of the replies. I'm guessing over that. Oh, and I just saw this, okay? Past is probably OG. Future was Chapter 6. Present was maybe to the Juice WRLD video. Actually, that's probably what it is, right? It must be, because all of these were coming in Chapter 6, but I do like what they ended up choosing, to be honest with you. I don't see why they couldn't have shown it all. Like, why not? Okay, we're going into the past now. Or we could have the Juice WRLD thing. No, Juice WRLD was perfect to end it off on, man. They could do showing Chapter 6, then OG, then waking up with Juice WRLD. I thought that would have all, like, been really solid for the event. I wonder why that was scrapped, man. I think it would have been hyped to show it all. But let's continue on to Zero Fusion. That's really interesting, and that may explain certain things. Perhaps the rift was leading people to a different location. Those who choose past were getting a cutscene with the past, OG. Those in the present were turned to Helios, Chapter 5. And those for the future that follow Jones and Hope to 783. Could you imagine? You press that, you're stuck back on Chapter 5. I am past that, man, though. Bring me over to Chapter 6. Bring me over to Juice WRLD music video. Bring me over to OG. Bring me over to anything else. Let's continue on. I low-key miss when Fortnite gave us cool teasers for new seasons. Like, I don't know of nostalgia blind, but the Chapter 2 teasers were peak. The Jonesy audios, the cryptic Chapter 2 Season 3 ones, the Season 2 ones too. Nowadays, they show either a full skin or a POI, and they just call it a day. Yep, it's true. Epic Games used to have such great cryptic teasers, but the problem is, and this is a huge problem within the Fortnite community right now, which is interesting we bring that up because we just talked about it on a recent stream that we did. I believe Fortnite's biggest problem are leaks right now, because if Epic Games gave like a really awesome, sick, cryptic teaser, we would know that the teaser's coming and what the teaser means before they actually ended up dropping that teaser. So honestly, guys, there is no point for Epic Games to do something like this. There's no point in getting the community hyped up, because every single one of us would know exactly what's coming even before the teaser. You want some cryptic audio log? We would know exactly what it means before we figure out what the audio log was. Like, it's incredible, man. I think it's such an underrated problem within the Fortnite community right now. Those final reality logs of Jones losing faith in the Imagined Order leading to the Zero Crisis finale were so peak. Not only let's say we're moving on into Chapter 2, Season 6, right? We have the lore with Jones and the Imagined Order. We have the Zero Crisis finale. None of that we would know is coming, right? We would have the reality log, and that's supposed to give us hints about what's to come. They're going to have it a banger event, but before, like, even maybe a month before that. So, John Jones is going to release this reality log, and it's going to tease this. He's going to be really worried. This is exactly what he's actually going to say. That's going to end up leading to him leaving the Imagined Order, and that's going to lead to a solo event at the beginning of Chapter 6, codenamed this. It's probably going to be something like the Zero Crisis finale. It's going to have this music. There's going to be the foundation. The 0 point's going to be involved, and it's going to be at the end where somebody gets, captured within the 0 point, and they're going to continue on to this primal type season. That's what would have been figured out. That's what would have been leaked. And then there would be no point for Epic Games to work with the voice actors. There would have been no point to make it. Leaks are such an underrated problem. Then people go, Fortnite's not hype anymore. Fortnite doesn't feel the same anymore. Why do you think that is, okay? Chapter 2 Season 7 had the best teasers, not going to lie. Yeah, they might be actually, because that involved gameplay elements along with that. Do you guys remember, like, originally getting captured by the motherships, the alien ships? Those weren't leaked. All of a sudden, that was happening. And then that led to the speculation for the Alien season. You had, like, oh, I miss this type of stuff within Fortnite. But nobody talks about leaks. Nobody talks about how big of a problem it is. And again, I have nothing against any leaker whatsoever. Like, nothing against them. I just wish that Epic Games would put their foot down and say, hey, we don't want this one thing leaked. Like, you can leak whatever you want when it comes over here, but we want to hype up our game with this, so don't talk about it. I mean, Chapter 5 Season 2 and Chapter 5 Season 3 had some cool teasers. Chapter 5 Season 4, though, still don't know why they decided just to reveal the whole season like a week prior. Probably because it was on its way to get leaked. That'd be my guess, to be honest with you. There were some okay teasers, but they didn't hit the same. Not nearly as much as OG Fortnite, and that's because we know so much. Plus, the roadmap leak was out there. Another thing we were recently talking about is The Wanderer. Could you imagine The Wanderer revealing to be Doctor Doom leading into a new Marvel season? Could you imagine the hype levels? That's like a break Twitter type thing. Again, it is just one of, if not the biggest problem within Fortnite right now. Period. Let's continue on. The teasers these days are just boring and effortless because they are completely obvious. Good teasers, as they once were made of riddles, not direct images of information that requires deeper thought. But the problem, again, is that we would just know the answer to it. Things like this would build from seasons. Things like this would be revealed, and then we'd have like a week to sit on it with nothing but pure speculation. And Epic Games could feed us just a little bit more at a time. A little bit more at a time, man. It's something that I really, truly miss from the game. Or replied, like, you know what, let's listen to this over here. Let's listen to this. Good thing my headphones are connected. Let's continue on to taking a look at this, okay?
Reality log 32. Note to self, do not research targets before transporting them to the island, because if you do, you might find out a few things you really don't want to know.
Now, do you remember when we had to actually, like, look into this and be like, what could he possibly be talking about? Nowadays, there's no point for Epic to do this.
Like, I don't know. For example, that the next guy you're picking up has literally vanquished multiple gods with his bare hands.
Now, I remember talking about, like, that was a hint in itself, but now we would know what that is.
In a fit of uncontrollable rage?
Yep. I miss those days, man. I miss those days. And now everybody's like, oh, Epic Games doesn't care anymore. I wholeheartedly believe that they don't do this because of the state that leakers are in. Let's continue on anyways, because there's no more replies to that. Cyan had this to say, come on, do something. And okay, Charlie went. Having a blast at D23. Welcome back, Fortnite Marvel. It's unfortunate because I am very excited, and I don't mean to undermine anything that Charlie Wen's doing, but it doesn't seem like he's really doing much, man. Cyan might be right with this one. He hasn't even changed his banner yet. Oh, is that true? Is that true? Uh-oh, hang on. It is true. Charlie. Come on, man. Come on. I want to support you so bad. I want to see the new replacement to Donald Mustard, but unfortunately, we haven't figured any of that out yet. In my honest opinion, I feel that Charlie Went isn't even that interested in Fortnite unless something Marvel related or is involved. Yeah, because if I'm not mistaken, wasn't he a little bit vocal during Absolute Doom? I could be wrong about that in the lead up to it. It's unfortunate, man. The last thing that I want to do is start hating on Charlie Went. That's the last thing that I want, honestly, but the problem is, I understand people's frustrations with him because he's not living up to Donald Mustard. But, I know nobody can live up to Donald Mustard, but, like, you know what? It doesn't appear, and I know there's more talks behind the scenes. I know there is, but it doesn't appear to be the case that he is putting as much effort. At least that's not, like, at the forefront for us to take a look at. But speaking of Charlie Wen and Donald Mustard, I did make a couple videos touching on their specific, like, is Charlie Wen going to be better than Donald Mustard? Kind of like conversations like that, things that people have been worrying about it. You can check him out in any video right here. I would love to have you guys over there. Thank you for watching. Take care.